Hello, welcome back.
Hi guys, how are you?
We are episode 2, Cooking with Friends. Tonight we are having some amazing steak night.
Yes.
Chef, you want to tell us what we're having?
Yeah, some steak night, some pretty simple, delicious meal that, most people kind of love, but also some people sometimes intimidated to make it at home.
Intimidated.
So we're gonna have starting off with your rolls, right? Your dinner rolls, but we kind of step it up the game a little bit. Is some brioche bread that we have.
Amazing. We're
gonna have with some butter, some olive oil, some other fun stuff. Then some salad that is simple, right? We're doing more of a lighter version of your steak salad.
Yes.
Right. And normally steak salads are like super cheesy and heavy and bacon and all that, which I love, but sometimes I think it's good to do a little balance. So we're doing a version that is a little lighter, some bib lettuce, a little fresh tomatoes, some fresh garlic, olive oil, lemon, and finish with some Parmesan cheese.
Sounds amazing.
Then to the big deal, which is the steaks, which we're gonna serve with some malagueta, which is a Brazilian pepper, is a malagueta chimichurri, and some mashed potatoes. So here we have ribeye. This one is aged for 90 days.
Wow.
And it's from Texas. Both this Texas beef.
Everything's better in Texas.
Yes. So these are all Wagyu breeds. So this one, you can see the marbling is pretty nice. Ribeye from A Bar and Ranch. It's about an hour north of Dallas. And then these are famous kind of one of the most desired cuts in Brazil, which is the picanha, which is something we serve in the restaurant, but it's also a Wagyu, which is your fat cap top sirloin.
Wow.
So that's essentially normally when you get sirloin, you don't really get with the fat on, but the fat kind of gives
the
a
flavor,
really nice
right?
flavor. So this one has a fat cap on it, and
amazing.
We're gonna cook all those.
Can't wait to eat. So stay tuned for steak night. It doesn't matter if you do salt or pepper first, right?
Doesn't really matter.
But salt is probably better first.
Salt is better first, depending kind of also in Brazil, when we cook the churrasco or the Brazilian barbecue, is usually done with large cuts of this whole piece is big piece, So they actually prefer to use rock salt, and you just put rock salt. Let's say you're gonna cook tonight,
right?
And then you season that at noon, hours later. You just season, and then you let that salt, because this one is fine, right? So this one kind of gets into the meat way faster than a rock salt.
Ah, so that's why they let it soak.
So that's why they do it ahead of time.
Wow. Okay. Who knew? You're
seasoning your steak with salt and pepper pretty liberally. Don't be afraid to season. Season on all sides, salt and pepper. I like to use kosher salt. And now we have our pan that is hot.
Ooh, it's steaming hot.
So we're gonna start with the fat cap down. To kind of render some of that fat.
Woo, yes.
And we're gonna put the ribeye in there too.
Amazing.
And
how long do you cook each side?
So we're gonna cook each side. The way we're gonna do is we're gonna do each side pretty much about 8 minutes, 10 minutes, and we're gonna flip it. I have the flame on a medium.
Okay.
To kind of just let it go. The pan was pretty hot, so this way it kind of gives that sear. You want the pan hot to give a sear and to seal all the sides. So we're gonna sear first on one side for about 8 minutes, kind of flip them, and then finish them in the oven.
Oh, we're finishing them in the oven. That's the tip. Okay.
So this way we can get like a nice internal temperature to about a medium, and then we let it rest.
Love it. Okay, so right now Chef Junior is working on the steaks. He's the steak master, so I'm gonna let him do that. And I'm gonna start working on the salad. So I just have some fresh organic bib lettuce here. Lots of fresh herbs. I love bib lettuce because it's light and fresh. Salads are super simple to make. I'm no professional, obviously. That's why I'm here to learn from Junior. But just use fresh ingredients, all organic, always. Am I doing this right?
You are doing this right. Yeah, I mean, this lettuce is like, it's so tender,
like
there's
so
nothing
light.
you can do with it.
And
Sometimes, you know, like you can just spare the leaves.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can just use the leaves whole.
And just throw them in there?
Yeah, just throw them in there.
That's what I figured. We can go ahead and make this. Searing the steaks. Setting them here.
The steaks.
Waiting for the oven to preheat, and then we're going to roast them. How long do we roast them?
Probably about 10 minutes or so.
Oh,
We're gonna
perfect.
take them out when they're like medium rare.
And how do you know that? What's the tip?
That is the tip. I like to kind of so I have something they call a cake tester.
A cake tester?
Cake tester is a very thin little piece of metal. You can buy it in the store.
Yeah.
Usually is what we use in the restaurant. We pierce the meat, and then when you take it off, you put it either like over here or you put like here.
Okay.
On a very sensitive part of your skin.
Yeah.
And if it's cold, you know it's rare. If it's super hot, you know it's well done. And within that spectrum, if it's warm,
then it's
you know
medium
it's
rare.
medium rare. Because it's warm, right? Like,
So if you were cooking at home, a home chef, would you ever use this? For a
No.
steak or no?
I don't. Because I usually just use that. But it's totally fine if you just use that.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, like as a home chef who's never done it.
You can
how would know?
cook to like, I mean, there's all this temperatures, right? Like if you want to take, what is it, 135, 145.
You could base it off the temperature.
You base it off the temperature. They usually, all of them already come with like an explanation of 145, you're gonna get this temperature. 145, you're gonna get this temperature. But always remember that whatever temperature you read on the steak, when it comes off, that temperature is gonna rise. Because the steak, that's why it's called the resting.
You need to rest it.
You need to rest it, and it keeps it cooking.
Okay.
So, but also that's why you want to rest, because by resting, what they say, like keeps all the juices.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. Once you cut it, it doesn't like get like basically. It doesn't get basically like blood everywhere.
Okay guys, so we just seared the steaks, all edges, about 8 to 10 minutes total, and now that they're on the rack, we're just gonna place them into the oven and bake them for 10 minutes at 400. And then we're gonna rest.
And then we can check, you know, like each steak is different, each thickness is different, so you wanna kind of like, you know, use your senses too. And it's not like exact, you know, like recipe, but you put it 10 minutes, you'll be able to take it out and kind of check if you want to cook a little longer, if you want to take it off. Always remember, like, you want to rest the steak, you want to take them with enough time, you know, whatever temperature you read, or whatever how you feel, they're going to continue to cook.
Perfect.
As they rest. So
they're going in the oven.
they're going in the oven.
Woo woo. Okay guys. Oh, well, listen, there she goes. Hey, that's reality around here.
Reality TV.
Yes, so I'm making fresh homemade dressing. This is the best way to go. If you buy your store-bought dressing, it's so bad for you.
Yeah.
The oils are terrible, the preservatives. Doesn't taste as good as you think it's gonna taste. So I'm telling you, trust me on this. Take 5 seconds out of your day and make a fresh, very simple dressing.
I like it.
Why not? So, sometimes it's better to grate the garlic, but since I'm already here, I'm just gonna chop this up really good. You know, my knife skills aren't the best, but hey, we're just gonna make it work.
You're doing great. You know,
my nails are too long for chopping.
A real tip.
Yeah, what's a tip?
When you chop garlic,
okay.
I usually try to slice the garlic
and then
as thin as possible first,
okay,
and then chop it. So this way you already kind of like get that garlic super fine, you know?
Right, right.
But yeah, or you can grate it. Like
you can grate it.
Yeah, you can just take a little microplane and just grate it.
Which is what I should have done.
Yeah. But
depends on like how big the garlic is, though, because sometimes if they're too small, you'll.
It's true. And also depending if you make sometimes right, if you want to make it ahead of time, and you leave the garlic in there with the vinegar, the lemon, and all that,
it breaks
you
down.
will kind of, in a way, like cook the garlic, right? Like pickle the garlic, so the garlic is gonna also be softer and be way more palatable that way, you know. So
I love it.
You did a really good job.
So yeah, just fresh garlic, why not? And then you massage your lemons, right? Make them more juicy. Is that a myth or is that a fact?
No, that's a fact. It's kind of like
why not?
Yeah.
And then Chef taught me this. You cut the cheeks of your lemon. Kind of saves you some time on the
seeds.
On the seeds, and then it's easier to just scrape them out. I think I did good.
I'll squeeze the lemon.
Yeah, and he'll squeeze the lemon. Look, teamwork. When we were, when I was filming that, everyone was laughing at me because I was being aggressive, but it was because Justin made me mad because he's like, "Are you gonna get the lemon seed out of there?" I was like, "Yes, I'm getting the lemon seed. I'm getting it."
Because then when you mix, it's gonna end up like breaking some of the cheese. Alright, so like we said, we're gonna have a little mashed potatoes with our steak.
Let me
simple.
try them.
It's not quite fully ready yet.
Oh, but let me. Wow. And it's simple ingredients, right? It's just cream, butter, salt, pepper, potatoes. It doesn't have to be anything fancier than that.
I'm gonna put a little bit more butter.
Ooh!
Because, you know,
never hurts.
Never hurts.
You have to use the good butter, Carrigo.
Yeah. But it's basically cooked potatoes that kind of gets, you know, smashed, milled. Then we put over here with a little bit of cream and butter. Like Hope said, some salt, pepper, and then you just want to work the potatoes and kind of mix them until you get like the nice consistency, you know, and
like
and
a smooth, yeah.
Like a smooth,
amazing,
you know, consistency. All right, everyone. So we now have all the steaks that we took off the oven, let it rested for about 10 minutes or so. And so this is the ribeye.
Ooh,
you know, remember there was that bone? I kind of just cut the bone off. And then you want to try to find the grain of the meat.
How do you see that?
You see like the strands.
Oh, yep, perfect.
The ribeye, you kind of like cut it like this.
Got it.
So.
Ooh, that's a good knife.
Yeah, it's a nice knife.
Is this a special knife for you?
Yeah, it's a Japanese knife.
Wow.
We only use Japanese knives in the restaurant.
Love it. Wow, that looks gorgeous.
So you see, that's a nice medium rare.
Ooh, amazing.
Then we're gonna put that on the plate.
Amazing.
Once we're done, here's the picanha.
Picanha. Why is it called that?
It's just a Brazilian name.
That's the type of the
cut. Yeah.
Ah, got it.
It's a translation, but it's the top sirloin. So this one is easier to see. You see the strands over here? So you need to cut like against.
Oh, against it.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
If you cut with it, then the meat is stuffer.
Good to know. I had no idea.
So you need to cut against the grain.
Okay.
So it's similar.
Wow.
Similar thing.
Look at the marbling.
Yeah, it's
proper
beautiful.
terminology, right?
It is. See, you're learning.
She knows a few things.
Yeah.
Wow, that almost looks like a prime rib or something.
Yeah, it's really nice. So this
Wow.
cut has a lot of beef flavor. The sirloin, so we love it. We kind of sell. I mean, it's
Gorgeous.
the main steak of Meridian at the restaurant, and we had to kind of essentially we have this is a farm Rosewood, and essentially we kind of buy half of their production of.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put over here. We can slice more later.
That looks gorgeous.
Then I have some Maldon salt, which is a finishing salt. You see like the flakes bigger.
Yeah.
So you can use like Fleur de Sel is another one too. I like Maldon, and then we usually like to finish the steak with it because it kind of like adds
Fresh. A little touch.
a little touch.
Could always use a little touch.
That's it.
Gorgeous.
Enjoy it.
High five. Woo! Cheers, guys. Woo! Okay, we need quick one word. You're first, Christian.
Mind blowing. That was two words. That was two words.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we like it.
Goosebumps.
Wow.
Now, I don't even want to say my buttery.
I was gonna say buttery.
See, we're always on the same wavelength.
Okay,
sorry.
Amazing.
Thanks,
Now I'm glad
guys.
you went this way.
Buttery. The
We
whole
would have went
time.
this way, and we were buttery, and I would have been like,
That's how I felt.
my first
buttery.
Savory.
Everybody had a
Y'all
great
had
one.
goosebumps.
Biggest dream trip. Where do you want to go?
We are on. I knew it was going to be something like
Y'all
this.
both the same person. Y'all
Dream
need to chill out.
trip.
Yeah, vacation. Dream vacation. Where do you want to go?
I want to go to Bora Bora. I want to go there and stay in one of the huts with the fish.
Sign me up. Sounds amazing.
I know, I don't know either.
Junior.
Oh, gotta answer this one? No, come on.
She's going to make you
I
play
let you
this
change
time.
it
No,
every
y'all
time.
play. Y'all play.
No, no.
Change the question.
She got to
Oh
play.
shit! I wasn't prepared. Didn't know I had to answer.
I was prepared.
Always say I gotta be always prepared. Dream vacation. Maybe right now, maybe Hawaii
Hawaii. Do you know what island?
and Maui.
I cannot. She's like a professional interviewer. She gets on my nerves.
Just
Like,
it's so damn hot right now that all I can think about is the beach.
Tropical.
Yeah, it's tropical.
Sounds amazing. Okay, Makenna?
Oh my gosh. In the jungle somewhere doing ayahuasca.
Wow.
That's a Costa Rica
Or
thing.
Peru.
I want
like
that nitty gritty. I
destination.
want that nitty gritty. I want that real stuff, like the one where they just
I
found
don't
it.
want to do that.
Oh, where you
No,
just
please, I'll do it 5 times in a row. Like, all right.
I would have a panic attack.
That's your next birthday.
I'm ready. Oh my gosh, I'm ready.
Let's
I'm
go.
down.
Chelsea Handler shit. I love it.
I watched
Wait,
I ain't gonna be crying like
Okay,
her, though. I got
mine
myself
is
handled.
like Turkey and like Istanbul.
Is that where they do the hot air balloons?
They do hot air balloons there, but they also have like the big pool at like the Budapest hotel and everything, and it's like this very iconic place, and I think that's like the dream. Like I want to go to Turkey.
Wow.
I've been
That's
to
cool.
Turkey, but I've heard of Turkey.
Yeah.
And you want to stay at the Budapest, or can
Yeah.
you stay there?
No.
Oh.
But you can.
I was like, wait, can you stay
I love
there?
that she's like dreaming though. I'm like, I'm gonna stay
So
there.
you
Like,
wanna
it's-
see it.
They can be like, Kate,
Like,
girl,
ideally,
you
yeah, no, I want to go. You can swim in the pool. Like the pool, like you can go and like you do like the thing.
Maybe
and,
you can like convince them while you're like swimming or something.
like, I wanna stay
You're like, how do
Right?
I
You're like,
stay?
I'm
And
a
they're
good
gonna be
person.
Like, no, ma'am. Like, go back to your home country. Yeah, but that's I think Turkey,
that's good.
Wow,
which is weird.
I
Or,
like it.
Jerusalem.
Cool.
Yeah, like
So you like history? Sounds like. But I,
Yeah.
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 Have you seen
Cool.
Broad City?
Yeah, yeah.
Christian?
Sorry, babe.
Dream vacation.
There you go.
Anywhere my lady wants to go.
Oh, good answer.
Looks like you're going to Turkey.
Yeah.
That's dream vacation. Just so sad.
Switzerland. I want to go during Christmas, see the reindeer, see the real Santa Claus, you know, because I know he still exists. So that's my dream at the North Pole. For real, the Northern Lights, like reindeer. I just eat some fresh elk steak. I'm here for it. I want it all. I want it all.
She knows how to cut it now.
I want to kill it.
I didn't know how to cook it.
You want to kill it?
Eat it.
Yeah, I'm going to go hunting.
I would want to
Hunt it.
Yeah.
kill it.
Honestly, hope
Eat
like
it.
I envision you right now.
Yeah,
Would you
prepare
clean
it.
it?
Everything.
In
I would clean it.
That girl would kill it and then
No,
cry
like-
that she killed it and then be okay
I
with
would
that
cry
she
if
killed
I
it.
But
killed
she's gonna
it.
be wearing something similar, but like Scandinavian with like fur.
Yeah, it's actually.
And then orange too with it. She's gonna be really out there.
Like on a loan, like for
yes,
real in the wilderness.
yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
Woo! You did it.
Love it.
So yummy.
Thanks, Manny. It was perfect. Do you want to come in and tell us your dream
I'm good.
vacation?
I